right here I have a Honda four-wheeler that the clutch is not disengaging on it properly. Now after you have looked at all your cables and adjusted your clutch as much as you can, and it still hasn't fixed it, what you'll realize is when the clutch is fully in, it will still not want to shift. And see, the clutch was fully in, I brought it into first, and it moved, which it shouldn't do. And now when it's idling, I can't even shift it up. I'm using all my force up on the shifter and I can't, even though this clutch is pulled in. So we go to shut it off. Now I can shift it very easily, even with my hand. That's a telltale sign that your clutch is not disengaging. So here I'm going to be showing you guys what we can easily do to fix that. Right over here you've got your clutch case. Right down here. Now on some four-wheelers it's just this circle, but on mine this is a whole case. Okay, so now that we have this apart, I will be showing you what the easy fixes. So there are most likely two main issues that you will be having. One being a problem with your clutch discs, like wearing into your clutch baskets, and the second will be your actual clutch discs, the friction discs and the little metal spacer discs. So let me show you what the clutch disc problem is. Okay, so we actually have on the clutch basket, there is actually two of them. On the Honda four-wheelers, they are kind of reversed, or at least on this 300EX, it's kind of reversed from the normal bikes and stuff. So what you have here, this is one of your spacer discs. This is just the easiest thing that I could grab. This is your inner clutch basket, and you can see right here, this just rests right into the grooves. Just pretend this is all the clutch discs. So as you engage and disengage your clutch discs, this moves like this. You know, not this much, but that's just the easiest thing to show you guys. So it just keeps on moving like that. It's a little bit hard to get on, but it'll just keep on moving and moving, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until eventually it'll wear grooves into this basket, and one time when it goes in, it'll get caught, making it very, very difficult to shift. So on the other clutch basket, these friction discs, I think these are called the friction discs. Okay, right here, you can see it goes right into the grooves. Should rest right in there. So just like I was saying, goes back and forth until eventually these wear grooves into this. So there is a very time-consuming but easy fix to do this if you don't want to pay or wait. All you got to do is grab a file and file it down. Okay, so your second main problem could be these discs. I know this is just not one fix, and I know most people only want to have one simple fix, but there is an easy way to figure out which one it is. Okay, so is it shifting fine when cold, and is it shifting bad when hot? I don't know what it would be if it's vice versa, but if it's shifting very, very good cold when your case is cold, not your engine, then it's most likely your clutch discs. Somebody must have put the wrong oil in them, or they are just worn. If I compare these to my new ones, they are way different. And I know that I needed these because I took it all apart, filed down my clutch baskets. That took like 2 hours, and it didn't work. Drove it, didn't work. Let it sit here for about a week. Took it back apart. Here we are now. So that's the only time that I took into account that it shifted good when cold and bad when hot. Okay, also the discs, since I was just saying like when it gets hot, they could be getting sticky, either because of wrong oil previously or just because they're bad in general. And I just like, man, why didn't I think of that? So you gotta take into account anything weird that might be happening. So then I ordered new clutch discs, and here I am, about to take the engine up. Put the clutch disc back in, and boom. So those are the two simple things that, not very simple, but you don't even gotta drain the oil to do this. I just put it up on its side, and literally you can see the floor very, very clean. Nothing happened. So I already did the refurbishing on my clutch baskets because they did in fact have a lot of wear in them. So I'm hoping that that helped it for future. So we come over here and this is my rear clutch basket. You can see these rest on here. There's the little grooves right here that the clutch discs rest on. But if you take a look at it, these are kind of hard to get back on, but I took them off. There's a lot of wear everywhere on these. And so what will happen is once these come on, like, they'll be stuck in the grooves that they made. So they won't disengage, therefore it will make it hard to shift. There is, in fact, some wear on it. So I am going to file that down. This metal is very, very easy to file down, so you have to be very, very careful. So I am going to file this clutch basket down and my other clutch basket down right back there. So I have some files right here. I'm just gonna choose which one I think will be easiest for me. So what I will do is, if you guys can sort of see the grooves that are on that it made right there, I want to make that disappear. Any different color contrast or whatever, I want to make it disappear so that it's all the same. So I will start with this, which is my main issue. Okay, so now step 2 of filing down. So what you want to do is you want a finer, much, much finer file, and you are going to want to just, take about 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and just file down every single one. Again, if you used a thick file like I did. This thick file made it about 2-3 times faster than it would have if I originally used this one. But now I'm just going to take 5 minutes, just file down this, because it is in fact a little bit rough. Now, if this one was not your issue, but rather this one, then you will be wanting to file down this one with extra caution. This one, I just lightly did it with my big file right over here. So I just lightly did it. There's not much there, so no need to do it. But even if only one is your issue, you should do both, because you never want to open up your engine again. So, real quick, right before I wash it, just go. Okay, so now with these, you are going to want to bring them to a tub, put some Dawn dish soap in it, soak it in there with some water, then, lightly scrub it with your hands, just to get all of this metal crap off. So, real quick, that is a before. You can see all those grooves worn into it. So look at that. They are like brand new. Okay, so now we are actually going to put these new clutch discs in and clutch springs. I got Outlaw Racing clutch kit. I have my disc soaking in oil, so I just finished riding this, and right now I have this thing on its side. I don't want to drain out the oil because that was brand new oil. So I'm just gonna cool this thing off with a fan, because I thought that I changed the oil, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna cool it off with a fan, because right here, that's the exhaust, and that's a pain when your hand touches it. In this case, that's also burning hot. So we gotta let it cool down. All right, so finally, I am going to put these new clutch discs in. Okay guys, so here I am with a four-wheeler, brand new Outlaw clutch discs and springs. I'm going to start this thing up, warm it up, and then we are going to be seeing if it still moves when I put it into first, and still seeing if it shifts bad. But we gotta test it when it's hot, so I'm just gonna let it here and idle. Alright guys, she's all good and warm. So if you remember correctly, I had the clutch fully in, and it's in neutral right now. And when I shifted down, it moved. Barely any movement at all. Very, very hot. Like butter, I can shift it forward, or shift it up. So that is very, very nice.